Georgie Porgy pudding and pie kissed the girls and made them cry. When the girls came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. Nursery rhymes. What can be learned from nursery rhymes? Well, a lot of heavy, depressing things can be learned from nursery rhymes. Primarily, so first of all, you can learn what men and women are really like. So don't go asking the MGTOW, monk, idols on YouTube. And don't go asking, the third wave feminists and, the woman YouTubers who are commenting on relationships. Don't go asking the people who talk about relationships. The people who talk about relationships. The people who talk about men and women. Don't go asking them for advice on men and women. Instead, just go to the Brothers Grimm. Go to Hans Christian Andersen. These were people who were so tortured. They were tortured souls. So tortured that they couldn't tell the truth, as it was. They had to mask it in symbolism and metaphor and allegory. Go to the Bible if you want to learn about men and women. Pick up the Quran. Go and watch an episode of Friends, because even though Friends will tell you a lot of exaggeration, Friends will also tell you ideals. Like a lot of people watched the show Friends because it showed them an ideal sort of world. It was, there were jokes thrown in, but everybody wants a group, of 20-somethings that they can be a part of, that they can feel accommodated by, where there's no risk of being seen as, debased and pathetic. Everybody wants that. So go watch an episode of Friends if you want to learn something about real men and women. Now, you won't actually learn about real men and women by watching Friends, but you'll learn about what they want to be, but what they aren't. So many people want to be something they aren't. So many people try desperately to achieve a face, and once they achieve that face they think they've achieved, then they do anything to save it, to keep it. But do you really have to try to keep a face? No. That's a mask. But anyway, I digress. Nursery rhymes. Think about Georgie Porgy. What is Georgie Porgy about? Well, it's, you can think, oh, well, Georgie Porgy is a fat kid. He's a fat boy, and he's a bit of a stalker. He's stalking the pretty girls, right? Okay, so Georgie Porgy kissed the girls and made them cry, right? So he tried to kiss the pretty girls, but he was unattractive to the pretty girls. But then other girls, seeing that Georgie Porgy was like, trying, his PUA out, other girls who weren't so pretty, they came out to play and they were like, hey, Georgie, hey, George, come on, let's get it on. But he didn't idolize these girls. And so when these girls came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. That's what Georgie Porgy is about. What is Little Miss Muffet, about? Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. So, she was just eating her plain old, oh, it's my plain old curds and whey. I'm just going to have some of that plain old curds and whey goodness, right? Plain, bland, same old. So she sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider. Spider is a hand, right? And it's a maybe it could have been Georgie Porgy's hand. Anyway, along came a spider who sat down beside her. So a hand. So this is like a guy who is he's touchy feely. Oh, I'm gonna speak, with rubbing my fingers all over you, getting all my paws in your face and whatever. So um, the spider, he comes and sits down beside her and frightens Miss Muffet away. So you know who is Miss Muffet? Well, first off, we're not talking about a grown woman when we're talking about Miss Muffet. We are talking about a little girl pretending to be a grown woman. You've seen this high school, diva act drama go on, generation after generation, where a young girl who's actually in all, legitimacy, naive and a child at heart and a child at soul and a child, in spirit. We've seen a characteress like that pretend to be more mature than she actually is. But then she gets a spider. Oh my God, the spider comes from Miss Muffet and it frightens her away. She turns into a little girl. That's what Miss Muffet is about. That's what that nursery rhyme is about. Anyway, why I brought those two examples up. There are others, but I brought those two examples up because you know it's real shit, right? That's real. That's telling you something about men and women that men and women wouldn't tell you to your face. That's why it always had to be masked, okay? The real truth, the true truth, always has to be masked through generations. It always has to be, written in symbolism, expressed in allegory, right? It can't be told up front and to your face because it's humiliating. It makes, young men seem like they are shallow and, you know, that, they have issues. And it makes young women seem like they have no agency until they get even older than, 21, right? So they have to get like 29 maybe by, by nursery rhyme standards. Okay? Anyway, that's something I wanted to discuss and by myself. Have a good day. Peace. Meow.